All right. I was going to show you some things. I think I've already done most of it. No, only part of it. Okay, so we're back making our cluster trucks nonsense. I went into our old file, our blasting stuff, and I gathered up all the assets and just made a package out of them the same way you guys turn in homework. And so now I've got this that I can just put everywhere. And so if you've got like ducks and lasers that you always like to use and banana peels or things like that, this is a good, but just package them up and then you can just double click on those asset packs. And if you've got Unity open, one version of Unity, if you've got multiple Unity engines open, then it doesn't know what to do. If you've got one thing of Unity open, then it just starts the import. It's like, hey, you want all this stuff in here? Yeah. So now I'm filling up my hard drive even more. What? No, these are my things. Make your own. Well, there's other problems with things going on there. So, okay, watch for this always. It's like, hey, this is a normal map. Yeah, you should know it as a normal map. And so now I've got all my prefabs from earlier projects in here, including my toaster weapon and my fire extinguisher we didn't get to use last week. People with things on fire. And so the way I did that was I just put everything in this scene, give these shaders a minute to catch up. There we go. So I just dropped all my random junk in this scene, including my barrels and dumpsters and stuff. And then I exported the scene. So that's what I did. Export that scene package. Now I've got these goodies for all my projects. Good, bad, or indifferent. Either way. All right. So I recommend you do the packaging thing for moving your assets around and maintaining continuity of your styles. So, wrong scenes folder. All right, we're back to level 1. Fantastic. We got compiler errors. You know what happened? I brought in a second prefab of the DET player controller. And so now the console's freaking out here with, hey, we've already got that. So I'm just gonna go kill it. I mean, delete it. Yeah, but humanely, obviously. So I know those are my duplicate scripts. I'll just delete those. If you have a script, if you have any script that has a different script, other script with the same name, even if they're the same or not, like the interior of the script could be totally different, but if they've got the same name on the file, then Unity's going to freak the heck out. Let me just make sure that I didn't kill the script that was, yep, it didn't. It says, hey, I don't know where the script's at now. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. We'll re-add player movement. Which means I probably need to re-add player camera. Yeah. That one's missing as well. Remove the busted one. What is it? Camera move? Is that what we called it? That looks like it. Everyone have your objects moving forward? Trains or tacos or McDonald's fries, whatever we're jumping on. Oh, I didn't hook up the camera properly. We need to escape from. Making a run for the border, as the old commercial said. All right, let me just save that. Overrides. Huh? Yeah, since we're using a physics-based deal. Oh, that's right. They're going backwards. I forgot we messed all those up. Okay, we'll fix that. Prefab. We'll change the speed variation back to like something like 5 instead of 40, so we're not going backwards. Actually, 20 is pretty fast. I'm going to go back to 10 and 2, 10 and 3 on this. Apply all that. So that all the buses are going the same direction-ish now. And they're hitting things, and there we go. That's the chaos we're looking for. And the accidental boost off of a taco. All right, so we want to ride on these things. I'm going to take another row of these. Or just all of them. Sure, why not? Control D, make another row. Pull those back. Add to the chaos. I don't understand the question. Okay, so if I start up here and I'm falling as this taco's moving forward, I should land on it nicely. We'll need to write a script to make sure I can stay on it. Yeah, I landed on it and then I just took off. So let's go grab the other script where we are, I'm going to call it our magic boots. Because of OBS, even my scrolling is slow. It's very weak scrolling. All right, I'm going to grab all that. Some of that, all of that. Back to Unity, back to my scripts folder. Create a mono behavior script, and we're going to call it Magic Boots. Just because. Call it parent to the thing underneath, whatever you want to call it. Paste in all that stuff. And so we've got the required type of component rigid body, because if we're not a rigid body character, this isn't going to work. We've got a private variable for our rigid body, got some headers here. So this has been adapted a little bit over the years. So we've added some things. So I've got this boost multiplier here. So as I'm jumping off of something, if I'm standing on something moving really fast and I jump up in the air and immediately I'm not its child anymore, then it just takes off. And so we're losing forward momentum. So I've got this little boost multiplier here. So as I'm jumping off of a truck, I've got a little push forward. And then we've got a handle on a force mode, which we'll look at in a minute. These are things that we can change in the inspector because they're public. And I've got this header guy here. So on start, I'm getting the component that's Omni, that's a rigid body, that I said I absolutely had to have, so there will be a rigid body. Like it'll get added as soon as I add this script, if there's not one already. And then we're using the same kind of mess that we were using for our jumping, the on trigger stay and on trigger exit. And so if I'm staying inside, my trigger is staying inside something, and that other something happens to be tagged bus or taco or whatever you decide is the right thing for your game, then I'm saying my parent is now the thing that I jumped on. So this script automatically lets you adopt a parent. Yeah, the parent doesn't even know. You just like jump on them, boom, you're the parent. Then they're paying like college loans and all this other stuff. They don't even know what happened. And then on trigger exit, this is our emancipation script. So if the thing that I just jumped off of was a bus, well then I'm going to set my parent to null again. Same thing, because I just have a little trigger collider on the foot. So if you walk off of it, then oops. So we're going to make this bus boost here. So we're going to get our parent. We're going to grab his move forward script, which I may have to check the spelling thereof. And we're going to get its speed. So I might be on a bus that's going 20, whatever these things are. I don't know how speed's going to work in Unity with meters. Does 20 mean 20 kilometers per hour? Probably not. Whatever it is. So I'm going to get that speed. I'm going to times it by the boost multiplier that I set up here, which right now is 1,000. Debug, just for funsies, to make sure things are happening. And then on myself, I'm adding that boost up. No, forward. Yeah, XYZ. So I'm adding that boost to my player using force mode boost, which I've saved up here as my force mode. And we can, again, play with that in the inspector. And then, of course, emancipate. So we'll save that script. We've got to do some setup. So this script needs to be on what? Player, yes. Move forward base bus speed is inaccessible due to protection level. All right, let's check that out. Just wants to open that. So here's move forward. All right. Base bus speed. I'm using serialized field, which means it's exposed but private. So I need to change that to just public so that my other script can access it. Does that make sense? Save that, and now the magic boots, see that way, it can grab that script of the thing that it's on and find the variable inside of it. So that's the difference between public and private. All right, they're all there, we think. Project. My player controller is going to get magic boots. Which just really makes me feel like I'm playing a Zelda game, which makes me happy. And so we tapped into this really cool enum in the Unity engine for force mode. So I've got force, acceleration, impulse, velocity change. You can change those and see what they do. That's there we go here. So this force mode. So this force mode is part of a rigid body. It's an enum, right? It says right there enum, and so just by exposing that, I got the enum drop down in the inspector here. So I'm going to try force. I wish it would give me like explanations as I hover over the. It's not working. Let's try this. So I'm going to go and control click into that, and so then it opens up the underlying code. So here's this. So these are the different force modes in this enum. Luckily, they left us comments. Force, add continuous force to the rigid body using its mass. Cool. Add a continuous acceleration to the rigid body, ignoring its mass. Impulse, add an instant force impulse to the rigid body using its mass. And then add an instant velocity change, ignoring its mass. Probably an impulse. Because the continuous ones, like I don't want to just constantly be launching forward. I didn't just superpower.
Yeah, that Dave used, they used impulse for jumping.
Yeah.
That might be
Yeah, so yeah, just looking at that, I think I want to go impulse. And we'll try that. So magic boots. Let's try impulse. We can change the force there. Now, none of this is going to work. Why? I mean, in general, yes, it's because you have a skill issue. But why, in this case, on my computer, is this not going to work yet? There you go. Yes. Brady's paying attention. Somebody had to. Yeah, I need to tag my things so that I know what I'm on. And I don't have I've got a bullet tag. I don't have a bus tag yet. So I'm going to add a tag. And again, it's whatever you want to call it. But since my script already is calling it a bus, we're going to say bus. Once I created that, I've got to go back to the object and then add the tag. Tags. So that's a bus. So I've tagged this prefab. I want to override that to everything. Now all of my, there we go, all of my taco trucks are now buses. We are really, really confusing our terminology here. Try and keep it straight in your head. All right, let's see if it worked. It might not.
Oh.
Go. And yeah, it's moving. Like, see that? See the bricks going by? Yeah. So I'm just on this guy. Let me just try to jump. Whoa! The heck.
Oh, it launched you really far forward.
So maybe 1,000's a bit much. You know. What's that in the distance? Is that? Oh, it's dirt on my screen. Never mind. You don't know. Okay. let's just adjust our magic boots really quick. If you can get a job where you're allowed to say stuff like that and it makes sense, do it. I'm going to pull that down to 10. We'll just see if it does anything. Fantastic. It doesn't want me to save the prefab. We'll deal with that later. All right. So I'm riding this guy. 10 is still a bit much. Bye, buses. Oh, like 0.5. Like, that was crazy.
Try 6 quadrillion.
Sure. I don't think we'd see much difference from the 1,000 we had on there earlier because we just left the world. Was this one using its mass? Ah, maybe we just need some more mass. That's another way we can adjust it. All right, we'll try it at 0.5 with our mass, which is probably defaulted to 1. We're just a little guy. Okay, riding that guy. If I jump up, 0.5 is either doing nothing or next to nothing. So maybe I should have listened to Maya in the first place and done 3. All I know is 1 is the loneliest number. You think you get the reference? Okay. What? What just? What happened?
Maybe try 0.
Also, let me just, what is the mass of a, what do we call these things? Humans?
Like 904. Depends on what mass is actually measuring.
Right?
Oh,
Let's
can't you
look.
just type in? Oh, no, that's fine.
Mass of this rigid body. Thanks, I guess. We're just going to up that to 5 and 2. Blender's not that. And also like mathing in the type-ins. Yeah, but I didn't jump very far off the bus. Now they're pushing me. Wait a minute. Okay. Huh? Uh, okay, there we go. Oh, because I reset that. I don't jump at all. My jump sucks. That's part of it. So there's a lot of things at force here. Let's change our jump speed to like jump force to 5. 5, 10, 5. Try that. Once we get into physics, there's so many like levers and knobs, and it's mathing all over the place. Oh, I fell off. Come back. Oh no, he's going the wrong way. Oh, yeah. When I upped my mass to 5, then my jump needed to go even higher. 25. 20. Well, by the time I land now, it's not gonna. What is that? What happened there? Did you see that guy? He just like did a circle around the other one. No U-turns. One's upside down. The problem with the taco is just looking at it, I can't tell which way its forward direction is.
You're just too busy thinking about you.
It's symmetrical. There's no like front bumper, rear license plate. You can give it a head.
Kind of get the blender to have one of those.
Yeah. Like a taco ball. Okay. And I fell off again. So something happened. I'm too heavy. I knocked the taco over. Well, now they're all gone. Okay. So I'm trying to see if this is even working. The first one I land on, I seem to parent to. Physics are, well, yeah, they're just squirrely. Okay, let me just slow these guys way down so I can test. This is why I haven't put the reset on the ground either, because we're just going to be restarting the level over and over again. Let's make sure we can jump from one to the other, and then we'll start our actual stuff. So this is just iteratively going. Hey, let's test one feature at a time. Right now, we're just testing. Can I stay on top of whatever my object is, and also that. Yeah, so it gets worse. So the laptops they're supposed to upgrade me to only have a 1 terabyte drive, and I'm sitting on 2 here and like having issues. So check these guys out. So if I go into prefab mode, his box collider and rigid body is here. Why did we decide he needed a parent? Yeah.
Right, yeah. And we needed to change the origin.
Yes. All right. Let me do a couple things here. First, I'm just gonna mess up my prefab really bad by giving him a head, so I can tell which way is forward. We'll just give him a hat, or just another taco as horns. Go. All right. The power of prefabs. Love it. Okay, so I'm gonna go back down to like 12. Still trying to use Blender shortcuts. I don't know. I don't know what we've created, but here it is. Huh? Hmm. I'll take it. And he probably needs a hat as well. It's a taco snail. Okay, that's sufficiently cursed. So now our tacos are, you know where the front's at. Now that I've done that, I'm going to do this, which is just office. So this guy's got what? He's got a rigid body, he's got a trigger underneath him, and he's got the move forward script, and he's tagged bus, right? Cool. Let's get rid of them all. I just want to test. Sometimes it's easier to do this. So this is for prototyping. Sometimes we're just going to go super basic just to make sure that like the problems we're having are with our script or with the model we're trying to use in its weird hierarchy. So got it to like 3 all the way across, and then do that. We'll do like 7. There we go. There's our bus truck thing. Find a random material. Whew, yeah, he needs to be a shiny red. Add a Saphir collider underneath him to be his little am I touching the ground thing. So that's a trigger. Rigid body. Move forward is on him. 10 and 1. That's all good. All right, let's check it out. Local forward would be positive Z. And the down would be negative Y. He's all set up. He needs to be tagged. Let's make a prefab out of him. Which I drug into the wrong. What is this? Oh, somehow just drug that into the assets folder, not the prefabs folder. All right, now I've got a blocky bus. Same thing so I can tell which way is forward. Just got him a little Optimus Prime head. I don't know. It's there. And now I'm just making a fleet. Oh, I still need better jumping. Speed up. I can't catch him now. Sure. Yeah, then it'll be easy to run off the map and not know what happened. That was superpowering our character. All right, here we go. Oh, hey, that kind of works. I'm on this one now. I'm just, oh, don't want to jump on that one. And bye, Dad. So I think it kind of works, but just keep debugging. Worst video ever. This guy's just playing this dumb game over and over. I'm getting run over by a bus. That's right as he, oh, you know what? Yeah. Physics. If I'm a mass of 5 and my buses are a mass of 1, I'm just like stomping these guys. They're not having a good day. Okay, blocky bus. Rigid body. Let's make them 10, which means, I don't know if if this can affect, because we're just translating. We're not actually applying force with the rigid body. So this mass shouldn't affect the speed. It shouldn't slow them down. But I didn't exit prefab mode, so now only one of those is doing it. Go back out of here. Auto save, thank you. I think that's what's happening is I was hitting a couple of those buses and I was way heavier, and they were like the Hulk just jumped on your taxi. Yeah, this is way better. I'm staying on. Yeah. Will they run me over? Let's try it. Hey, bus. Oh! Yeah, I'm still getting pushed. No, he's just going over me. Am I in? I'm in the bus. It's all over. Okay, so with the right settings, the script works. Still going to need to fix that infinite launch, unless we're going to call it a feature. All right, so tagging your ground or literally everything else that isn't your buses with the level reset should make it a game. So I'm going to assume that I can get my tacos working just as well as these little shiny buses. So now I need an end level goal. My player, I've messed with him a bunch. Let's check him out. Yeah, well, that's Ragler, and then 10, 20, 30. And then my boost multiplier on the magic boots is at 2. So yeah, if something's not working as expected, this is a great way to go back and debug. Like just drop in some primitives so that you know it's not the hierarchy of your taco padded whatever thing. And now I know the script works for the player, and now I can go back and adjust the tacos. So don't spend too much time struggling with bugs when you can approach it a different way. All right, we need a level ending, which could be just a big banner in the sky. I think I have a banner, actually. Hold up. Yes, but I only have it because of my planner. As soon as I can figure out monetization, you know how it is. All right, so I'm going to take this banner and we'll crank them up a bunch. Just got a mesh collider on him right now. Set that to a trigger. I'm going to do this game object, 3D. I'm going to do a box, cylinder. Let's do a box, just a cube. Okay, I'm going to call him level end. Make him at least 5 on everything, and then undo that. And I'm going to go on my X. We'll do like 50 wide. Just eyeballing. 75. There's our goal. All right. Make a prefab out of this. Now go into prefab mode. Start dragging these guys out. I was going to attach the one I've got, but now it doesn't want to. Override, apply. All right, now that's part of the prefab. There we go. So I got my big banner and my small banner. I'm going to get rid of the small one. Big one's over here. Set them. And so I'm just going to have these guys hanging down the side. None of this is that important, but I'm just trying to make it look kind of cool, I guess. Copy of him. So you need something that your player can see. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to the bar. Now I'll do wood bar. And the next thing I need is a trigger, so I know that I've gone through it. So here we go. Just going to edit the collider on my cube. Pull it way down. And so when the player goes through this trigger, they won. Yeah? Why not? Yes. Yeah, otherwise, that actually could be fun. Like if it's just an invisible brick wall that all the buses are hitting. And so you're winning means getting involved in the largest collision in history. Who really won? All right, yes, make sure it's a trigger. All right, so now I've got that guy. Drag him up. Plenty visible, and let's see if he's even in the path of my buses. Oh, wow, yeah, it's big. That works. So we'll end the game before we start seeing most of the buses leave the planet. Now I need, guess what, a script. I know it's the best part, right? Yeah, so I guess we don't even need, the way we set this up last time, we put this on the player. So the player's looking for another trigger. So copy this guy, and he's called finish line win, or whatever we want to call him. That's all right. Go back here, scripts. You know the drill. It's called finish line. And this can go either way. I mean, we could have put a script on the finish line that looks for the player. Instead, we are not even to the game handler thing yet, so we'll just comment that stuff out. Instead, we've got it on the player, and he's looking for something tagged finish. Okay, and I enumerator here needs stuff. Alt enter? Yeah, Alt enter on that. And I want to bring in system collections. Really? Hit enter again? There we go. All of that to import this thing. So this U1 we'll put on the game handler, game manager, game whatever in a minute that we don't even have yet. So if player crosses something tagged finish, then we're going to call this delay win coroutine. We're going to wait for a few seconds. So this is the don't just leave the level, throw up a message, pause the game, do something, let them linger and absorb their win. Let them feel the aura, and then then load the next scene. Right now we're just going back to whatever at 0. So we could, there's other things we can do here. We can say this is load the next level. We could put a variable in that says we could expose it in the inspector. What scene do I load when I finish this? So lots of stuff. Right now we're just going to reload the scene we're in. Save that. We'll add finish line to the player, which is silly when I think about it. There we go. Add component finish line. And then I need to put the finish script on my finish line. Finish tag. Finnish, or two N's if you want it to be Finnish, or Swedish, whatever you want it to be. Huh. Can we even make it to the finish line? Oh yeah, and we could walk to the finish line at this point because I didn't set anything else up to reset the level. Oop. He had some issues. Here we go. Back on a bus, so I feel like I'm actually winning. Huh. Ah, there it is. Yep. I didn't throw anything on the screen, so I didn't know that I'd won, but I won. And now it loaded scene 0, which appears to be nothing. My build settings. Build profiles. Yeah, so sample scene is in here as 0. Just delete that, add the open scene. All right, level 1. So it'll delay and then reset. So we know how to win. But since winning isn't everything, we'll add losing, and then we get a game. Then we just add chaos. Yes. Is that your middle name, or kind of should? Yeah. All right. So I've got the. There we go. The delay was on, and so that happened. Yeah. You're right. Let's get the game over. So we'll need a. Do we have a canvas yet? We don't even have a canvas yet. Oh, terrible slackers. UI. Let's do a text mesh pro. Oh yeah, import the essentials. Don't do import examples and extras because then you add like 30 scenes to your folder that all just show off different text effects. It gets crazy. All right, so just the top one, import the essentials. Now I've got new text. Let's look at my canvas. All right, so my new text here, I'm going to go ahead and Shift and Alt. I'm going to make him just fill the middle there. And we'll go centered and centered using those guys. Keep it simple. The other thing I like to do is add an image holder, basically. Do a game object UI image. Just regular image will work. There we go. I'll call it a fader, and so this guy I'm going to set to black, and then alpha like halfway-ish. Same thing for him. I'm going to come up and make him stretch. So Shift and Alt, make him fill the screen. And so let's see. There we go. So I'm going to put him behind the text, so the text is still bright. It fades out everything else. So we'll see this. Cool. Now we need that game handler. More scriptsises. This was in there. How many scripts are in here? Yep, here we go. On the canvas itself, there's game handler. should have made that a panel. We'll fix it later. All right. Just gonna do it this way. We'll add the component, new script, game handler, create and add. And I've just got to move it later. Josh, you thirsty? That's weird. I forgot all about it till I just looked over and saw it over here. So, yeah. All right. Now we've got a game handler script. All right. So we're going to get a panel. We can call it a panel. It can be that image. It can be whatever. We got a Boolean for U1. So on start, we're going to hide that panel. And so instead of enabled with UI elements, it's set active, true and false. And then on update, if somebody told us we won, then we set that Boolean to true and we expose the panel. Easy peasy. Don't talk about food. Making me hungry. All right, so now we should be able to find a canvas with a game handler script on it, and then we can tell it that U1 equals true. So this one, I'm just uncommented all the other jazz in there. So we'll save that. Game handler exists. He just needs a game object that he's gonna refer to as the U1 panel. Let's see what I want to do here. I want to do UI. I'm just going to add a panel to hold the stuff. Huh? Canvas panel is already set to stretch across everything. Fader and text. Oh, the panel's got a white color that's being combined with the. I don't need the fader now. I just delete that guy. And the panel we can just give hidden. Go. All right, and then the canvas needs to know where that panel's at. Said. There we go. Man. Walk across here. Oh, look at that. And we wait like 5 seconds and reset. It's the game that never ends. And honestly, why would you want it to? Look at this. This is amazing. Pure chaos. All right. So we do the same thing. We'd have another panel for you lost. All right. We hit the ground. So we'll add a reset level on the ground. We can do the exact same thing there where we add a delay. So finish line, right? Do the same thing. We can say you hit the ground, then we'll show a panel that says you suck. Wait for a while so they can again soak in that they're terrible, and then reset the scene. All kind of stuff we've done before. Everything else on the thing. Let's just go ahead and let me hit the rubric, and we'll see what else we need to do for this first level at least. And I think if we can get a couple of levels just working, then we can polish like crazy next week. So at least 2 levels. Scroll down here. So we'll need to do a start screen with music. We'll hit a button, go to level 1. Level 1 exists and is awesome. Yeah, we're going to count that. We can jump on things. We stick to things. There's moving platforms that are not nav mesh agents, so they can flip and tangle and do all that. We'll add the particles next week. We do need to bake a nav mesh and have at least something that is darting back and forth in the path. I would use kind of like the dumb cowboy and just have something that's going across the road, just ping-ponging back and forth, and maybe the thing we're on hits it, maybe it doesn't. It adds.
So like a family.
Yeah, a family, someone's puppy, things like that. But we wanted to set the puppies like nav mesh, so he won't actually move. I mean, the puppy will just go back and forth. The truck will hit it and flip over it. So it's like Crypto the Super Dog or something. And yeah, the puppy's like, sucks to be you. And then your bus is flying across the planet. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Definitely add that to the credits. And then we already did this add other chaos, static or moving objects, right? So that's what I'd have with the bricks and the treasure chests, just stuff in the road. We want music. We want sound effects. The win and lose messages. We already figured out how to do the win message. Lose is there. And then we'll look at scoring, level reset. Honestly, most of this stuff you guys can do. Like, we've done it. We'll look at the scoring and the particles and stuff like that next week. But I want to turn you loose and spend the last 20 minutes just actually making your level work. And are you floating on pallets now? Is that your bus?
Yeah, it's just a tester.
Okay. It's a good test. It's better than a shiny red block that we're calling a truck. All right. We will polish this guy up next week. What you really need to have by next week, I would like 2 working levels that win or lose. Obviously, level 1 transitions to level 2, and then we can add the menus and stuff and particles and all that stuff next week. So just lay out 2 levels. Make sure, do it like we've done in these 2 videos, these 2 classes. Iteratively make sure one thing works before you move to the next, right? So we set up our trucks to move forward and hit things, and we spend a lot of time tinkering with it. We're happy with where they're at. Then we started sticking to them, etc. So just work on some absolutely chaotic levels. Xandra, do you have a video of yours from last year?
I can log.
Yeah, that should be something that we experience together.
Are you able to just go?
I can just go download it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do that. All right.